As my crime spree expand, but I ain't get into detail about my juvenile crime spree, because I grew up where the last two legends of Jersey City, the last two legends that left in Jersey City. I already mentioned their name. I grew up Union and Lexington. Those are the two blocks I started hustling first. If the local police and the narcos want to go dig up some grave or dirt, they could go search for who I was on Gifford and Union. However, that's not my job. I'm not police anyway. Um so as my crime spree continue as an adult, you know, I'm just showing you, if the police want to lock me up, they had plenty of chance because after I got convicted for that felony, that was after I finished running Gifford for about 6 months. I got convicted for that felony with Quasim or whatever. I ain't even supposed to get out of jail. But the black judge was like, I don't care, release him. Because I plead guilty to a deportable charge. But at the same time, the black judge knew what was going on. He said he don't care if I got a warrant. I had a warrant. I couldn't get released. He said, I don't care. Release him today. That's what the black judge said. Not everybody that been down to white people. The black judge said, I don't care. Release him. I don't care if the charge is deportable. I don't care if it's a warrant on them. Release him today, because they failed to release me when the judge ordered them to when I plead guilty. So when I went to my sentence, the judge said release him. I don't care if he got a warrant. I don't care if the charge is deportable. I don't care what it is. Release him today. In the hood language, he was like, I don't give a fuck. Release him today. So that was done. So after I plead guilty, I got released. And every time I get locked up, I fall off. So I started at zero. And my father had two houses. He rented me. He actually made an apartment for me in one of his house, the garage. He turned it into a room and everything for me. So I settled there for a minute. I was working as a busboy at Cafe Spice, and I saw an opportunity where I could start promoting parties. So I started talking to the manager. I was like, let me do some parties there. I get money at the door, you get the liquor. So I was doing party at Newport Mall, Pavonia, on Pavonia at Cafe Spice. By the train station, by the PATH train, across the street from the PATH train. And I had all the gangsters in there. And every weekend, after the party, I have stripper party. After a while, I got on my feet. My father was living, I think, 110 Claremont. So I was working as a busboy. After a while, I got on my feet, and my father rented me the place on Belmont. As I was doing the busboy, I was doing parties on the weekends. And all the gangsters, I have reggae nights and thug night, whatever. So all the gangsters, even is the island gangsters or the American gangsters, they all come to the party, and it started getting out of hands, fights or whatever, my crew against other crew or whatever it is. So, but I used to have, after the party, I have strip party at my house, 71 Belmont Avenue. And even when I'm not throwing parties, I used to always have strip party. where over 50 50 men strapped up, or 50 niggas, however term y'all want to understand it, strapped up, waiting for the pigs, you know. And if they really want to lock me up for something big, you know, they had plenty opportunities to lock me up, but they want to falsely charge me with a fake ass felony with my enemy. and so as I continue having party, and I know people call the cops, music be loud, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock, strippers coming out my house, everybody strapped up coming out my house. The police never came. So I'm responsible. Whatever happened in the house, you know, everybody's strapped up, whatever, you know. And I feel though the police, they didn't really want to lock me up because they had plenty of opportunity when 50 motherfuckers strapped up. You know, some might ready to die or whatever. You know, from different gangs, whatever. I knew most of them. You know, I grew up in jail, and this generation is my generation. So everybody was strapped up. I didn't care. I don't give a fuck. You know, popping bottle of champagne or whatever. The police never came. They never charged me for nothing. They never came to my house while all these activities going on. You know, not only that, I was basically running Monticello. Basically, because everybody on Monticello that wasn't doing things for themselves, mainly the young guys, they all come and get $50 clips from me. You know, I flooded Monticello, and half a Bergen, all that crap, and the cops knew it. They never locked me up, so they had plenty of opportunity to lock me up, and it is what it is. So the only one time, and I don't run from no cops. I never ran from nobody in the hood. I never go on in hiding. I'm always live. You know, I'm always could be seen. And only one time I remember I ran from the cops. It was one day I went to drop off probably an ounce or a quarter pound or a pound of weed to somebody on Reed Street. I had it on me. They know me, I know them. We're looking at each other's eyes. Erie Street boys. It was Tom and Jerry. That's why we call them the Erie Street Narcos, the Erie Street Gangsters, whatever they are, because they act like gangsters, wanna be gangsters, Erie Street boys. So they saw me, I saw them, I looked them dead in the eyes. They looked at me dead in the eyes. And I know what's up because they always search me. I'm always on point. I'm a target for them. So when I saw them, you know, I saw door about to get popped open, I jetted. I jetted on Fairview. Fairmont. I jumped the gate, and while I was running, I saw a big rock on the floor. That's how fast I ran. And I put the whatever I had on me under a rock and continued running. Storm was the next block, and I saw a lady on the building. I was like, man, the police chasing, let me get a place to stay. She was like, nah. And I ran upstairs trying to go to the roof, but the exit door was closed, and the white cop came with his stick. I was hiding back on the wall. I know they was gonna see me. He came, he was like, you fucking nigga. And that was it, you know. And that was one of my crime spree.